Hi, I'm Marlon Bledman. I'm one of your truck sales guys here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Fredrick, Colorado. We're only like 30 minutes from Denver International Airport. Today I want to show you an awesome unit behind me. This is the 2023 Freightliner M2 106 Summit Hauler conversion. Again, Summit Hauler for all those who look at those Freightliners out here. It is our brand here at Fredrick, Colorado, at Transwest. So we designed that truck. We've been designing those trucks since 2006, 2007. So it's been a long time. We've been out, building those trucks. Again, a lot of people will look at those trucks and call it sports chassis, or there are different conversions out there. Sports chassis is one of the conversions. You have Laredo, Western Hauler, and the list goes on. But today, the Summit Hauler, if we want to compare it to some of those other conversions out there, we are 10 inches longer on the wheelbase, so instead of a 187, we're 197. There's a couple things that we do a little bit different when it comes to our tires and our auto balancers. If you come a little bit closer, we do put auto balancers on all four corners of our trucks. Those are the disc between those tires. And if you see one of those, a lot of people who actually add those to their trucks actually see an improvement when it comes to the balancing and of course the life and the wear and tear on the tires. So it does help in that aspect. When we build our trucks, we do all our chassis on air supply, air brakes. So when it comes to the air brakes, we have the air ride system, so the air ride front seats. We have the air ride cab, we have the air ride back suspension. So we do have a lot of air on this truck. So that again brings value to that truck. On the 106s, because the batteries are located underneath that back seat, we have access right here. I left the hood down so you guys could see you have clear access to your positive and negative studs over here. And they are clearly labeled, so you could actually see what I'm talking about. Positive and negative studs right here. And as soon as I could open up the hood here from the side. There are straps on either side of the hood. Once you unstrap that and you open up that hood, you guys will see that Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It's also partnered with the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission, and it is on the 3200 TRV side or series. 360 horsepower, 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. Again, you guys will see a one-ton pickup does have a little bit more horsepower, and some of them do have more torque. But again, when it comes to the safety factor of those trucks, and of course the expense having one of those trucks compared to a one-ton pickup does compare. So again, when you have a one-ton pickup, you'll go through at least 2 or 3 before you get rid of this particular truck. When it comes to maintenance, again, there is a difference. Not every 10,000 miles, it's about 20 to 30,000 miles, or once a year on the oil change of this vehicle. And again, it all depends on how often you use that truck. But again, when you come in underneath the hood, Freightliner does an amazing job with labeling everything. When it comes to the chassis fuses, you have all the chassis fuses up here. Underneath the steering wheel, you'll find all the fuses for the conversion. When it comes to the stereo, the lights inside, the seats and all that, those fuses will be over there. The back wall behind the bench, you will find another set of fuses over there. And those fuses are for all the trailer side of things. So your 7-pin hookups, your brakes, your signals, all that for your trailers, those fuses will be on the back wall behind that rear bench. But again, very easy to open and close that hood. It might look massive, but it's very easy to push in. And again, it does have that soft close, so I released it. And you can see it will take its time to close. But again, if you want to move a little faster, you could give it a little tug, a little push, and allow both sides to go down. And then you strap down. Remember to keep your fingers away from that centerpiece here, so you don't snug or pinch your hand or your fingers. This one does come with the engine block heater on this chrome side, and on the plastic black side here, you do have your trickle charger for your batteries. Again, I have the lights on and it's daytime. You could actually see those lights on that truck being on. Again, we had that throughout on both sides of the truck, even on the windows have those running lights as well, and that side fender. But again, clear view, especially when it's nighttime, and maybe in the next couple hours when the eclipse happen, I will turn on all those lights and you actually see how bright it is. But again, for all those who are going to watch that solar eclipse, make sure you have protective glasses recommended, or else you're going to damage your eyes and then you won't be able to come and drive my truck. So on this end here, we do have a cover plate here for one of your 50-gallon tanks, and you do have a 6-gallon def tank over here. And we have another 50-gallon on the opposite side. So you have a total of 100 gallons of diesel. A lot of people always question about auxiliary tanks. Again, you can add those auxiliary tanks on here. There's enough space on the back wall here near the headache rack where you can install one and have a gravity feed, or you could have an electric feed as well. So it's all up to you what route you want to take. But again, we got this longer bed. Again, the storage. When it comes to the storage, guys, we try to use as much real estate as we can. So all parts that are empty underneath here, we will create that space. So as you guys could see, there is space going in on both ends to create more storage in here. It does have that chuck system and that airline for putting in your tires. Again, it does have a seal here so moisture doesn't go inside. And of course, it is lockable so you can protect all your items. We do have auto balance on the rear as well. We got dual tires in the back. And when it comes to the tires, standard is Michelin tires, and those are 255/80 R22.5s. Again, you'll find different tires on different trucks because people tend to switch them around, get bigger tires, get more aggressive tires. So straight from the factory are 255/80 R22.5s. Again, more storage in the back here, deep storage. Again, it is lockable. As we come around back, we do have LED lights over the headache rack and down on the back bumper. Very cool feature here. And you can see there are 4 white lights in the back, 2 up top, 2 down. Those will come on with a switch or when you put it in reverse. When you do the light test button, those 4 lights will not turn on unless you do one of the 2 I mentioned earlier. Put in the vehicle in reverse or turning on that switch inside. We did added a extra 7-pin hookup instead of having just one. We added 2, so one for your bumper pull hitch and then one for your gooseneck ball. When it comes to your trailer, you have your electric and hydraulic brakes. If you want air, we do have the air supply for your trailer pre-hooked up underneath this plate. All we have to do is just drill some holes in here and add the glide hands to that back end of the truck if in case you have a trailer with air brakes. This truck is already equipped with those glide hands, only have to get installed. With our Voyager camera system, we do have 1 camera up here. The system allows you to have 4 cameras. You have an additional 3 more spaces on that screen to add another 3 cameras to the system. So right now we do have a really great view with that 1 camera on here. Even with your trailer hooked up to this truck, you can see that view, and once we go inside, guys, you will see what I'm talking about. But again, really nice exterior. We do have other exteriors colors on our lot right now. We do have a midnight blue. We do have silver now on the 24 model. We have a brown. We got some Viper reds. One of them is sold, so we have 1 more remaining. But again, you can customize colors. You have to let us know ahead of time. We gotta request that for the factory. Once that is built, then we will do the conversion on that customized color. If in case you decide not to go that route because of the time frame, you could actually get it wrapped or sprayed. It's all up to you and your budget. So let's head on inside and kind of talk about the interior features. But before we actually head in, I just want to show you guys the height of this truck being off the ground. There are 4 points of entry on this truck. You have a handle up here. You could use this handle up here, door handle, and of course, there is a 4th handle up here. So going in and out of the truck, you always have something to grab on to go in and out. So again, Jody will show you, well, you won't see his hands, but he will be using those grab handles to get in and out of this truck. But as you guys were coming in, you guys saw the bench. That bench does turn into a bed. The switch will be behind the driver on the door here. And of course, this is your window switch here. Apart from the driver, each door will have its private switch for the windows, but the driver will have access to all four with those switches right here. You do have heated mirrors. You do have that red switch for your rear suspension. I did mention earlier that this truck does come with air brakes in the air suspension in the back, so you could actually dump all the air to kind of lower that bed and not having to raise your trailer too high to drop it in. Those four lights I mentioned earlier, this is a switch to turn it on. It's an optional switch. So right now you'll see a little red light show up here. That means that those lights are on as we speak. I'm going to turn that off. Right next to it is the light test button. If you press this with the vehicle on, the vehicle has to be on. You will turn that on. If your AC and your radio is on at the same time, your radio will, let me kind of show you guys what I mean. But when you start the truck, your stereo will come on if you did decide to have your AC and or heat on. When you do press that light test button, I will allow the radio to kind of load up for a little bit. But a lot of people, I've had a call before, you know, he was testing his light test button, and then the stereo went off, the AC unit went off, and that's just what happens during that light test button process. So when I turn that on, radio turns off, AC actually drops down in terms of the pressure coming out of those vents. You will hear this countdown. Once that solid sound is done at the end, right now all those lights in the back on the truck will be blinking, and again that will allow you to walk around your truck and trailer to make sure all lights are working before heading down the road. So, and that's a way to kind of walk your trailer and truck before heading down on a long journey. If you do have some lights burnt out, I would advise have like some tape on board, some painter's tape, so you could actually mark those lights and make sure you know which one is burnt out. So once you get to a safe location, Freightliner dealership or something, you could have those lights change, and you know exactly what lights you need. So once you're done, you're going to turn that off. Everything will come back to life. Your stereo, your AC will come back, or heat, whatever you decide to, whatever you had on. And again, you could actually feel, you know, the strength coming in because I have it on 2.5 here on the pressure coming out. But again, nice little tests before heading down the road. Again, you do have your parking brake, air parking brake, and then this is your air supply for your trailer. Like I said, this is already plumbed in. You have 4 USB plugins here, all for charging. Again, power windows, power locks. You have traction. You have your rear differential lock, traction control, and then you also have your cruise control with those 2 switches over here. Allison transmission, reverse, neutral, and drive. Neutral with your parking brake up is your park. Again, if that parking brake is down and a door is open, you will get an alert through a loud horn, like your alarm just went off. We always encourage everybody, once you park, don't open the doors until your parking brake is up, because if it's 3 a.m. in the morning and somebody gets out while that parking brake is on, the whole neighborhood will wake up, trust me. But again, that's a nice little safety feature here, so you know your vehicle is in park. You do have your engine brake feature here. Again, there's 2 switches on the newer trucks. You have your on switch, and then you have your high and low. And of course, you got your trailer brake here. We deal with the red arc system, very nice and out of the way. Again, you don't have that bulky trailer brake, you know, near your feet. This is nice and tucked in nicely over here. This little access point over here will give you a HDMI and a USB port. This will allow you to plug in your phone and get that Apple and Android capability on that Stinger stereo system. If in case you don't want to use that, there is onboard navigation on this truck, on this system, so you could actually use that if you want. But again, you have all of the features here for entertainment. You have AM, FM, and satellite radio. You could actually Bluetooth your phone to the stereo as well and use it via Bluetooth. Or with the HDMI feature here, you could plug in a little DVD player, a gaming system, whatever you need to entertain you while you stop. You do have two 110 plugins in the back here, so this truck is equipped with an inverter. But again, if you want to add more cameras apart from your Voyager up here, you could add some cameras to that stereo. But again, you do have the Voyager camera system up here. This is your daytime view. Look how bright it is outside. And of course, that feature up here where you can see both sides of that truck and of course above that trailer. So once you hook up your trailer to the truck, you could actually see the sides and a little bit above that. So a really nice view here. You can actually adjust the camera if you want. There is like a little bit of angle you can adjust it to. So again, that's not just the final view here. You could actually adjust it a little bit if you want to. But as we go across here, we have some storage here, storage up here for smaller items. And as we come down, we got a storage in that center compartment here with an LED light. Every time it opens, it's going to turn on. But you do have cup holders. You got a 2 up here, 2 back here, and a hidden one on the side here for your passenger. And when it comes to the seats up front, they are air ride, they are heated, and this one does come with the massage feature as well. So we do have massage seats on these 2 front seats. Air ride. You got some nice little armrests on both sides. So you have armrests on both sides of those seats, even for the driver as well. But again, brand new vehicle is available. Please give us a call today. We got some awesome deals happening from time to time. We have a 24-hour deal online, so look out for those when it comes. But if in case you guys are looking for a unit right now, we do take in trade-ins. As you guys can see, we had a Ram pickup that came on our lot on a trade-in on a smaller truck, but we do take in trade-ins like that. We do offer deliveries as well throughout the United States. So if in case you want this truck delivered directly to your doorstep, let us know the address. Let us know after the deal is finalized. We will have a driver safely bring that truck to you. And of course, if you have a trade-in, they will drive that trade-in back as well. So you don't have to worry about bringing that trade-in here. So we could talk about those different scenarios, give you different price options, and of course, we do offer long-term financing on a personal loan, and of course, regular financing on commercial. So give us a call today. We'll explain what that is. And of course, if you guys are interested, we'll definitely make a deal happen. In the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in today. 2023 Summit Hauler Conversion. My number and email is at the bottom of the screen. Reach out. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.